They're just doing their thing, eating their hay, being good. Alright, so this morning we've got legitimate snow crunching under my feet here, leaving some tracks. Of course, if anybody knows about us by now, we're originally from Alaska, so this is nothing for us, but some of these animals have actually never been in snow before. So I actually enjoy seeing some snow on the ground here. It never lasts very long. I always like the quiet beauty of it, and we don't even always get it every year, so this is kind of a little bit of a crazy treat. So my tracks from this morning are already covered up. Man, it's bright out here. It's been snowing pretty constantly, which is actually, that's probably the best thing that could happen right now. We're forecasted to be relatively cool for the next few days. So this should act as a slow release watering for all my fields here. And since we haven't had much precipitation over the last few months, that should really help green up the pastures here over the next couple months. Anyway, it's good soup weather, it's good bread making weather, which is kind of what I've been working on lately. So hopefully you guys are joining me on my bread making journey, and if you have any ideas or recipes or anything that you'd like for me to try out, even if I don't share it on here, please leave a comment down in the comment section. It would be greatly appreciated. And I think that'll do it for now. So it looks like we've got our hose bib is frozen up here this morning. However, shall we do our chores? If you guys saw my previous video, I was working on wrapping up some insulation for covering up the outlet feed from the well pipes, and that is one of the reasons. Is it doesn't happen very often, but every once in a while it will freeze on the external hose bibs. So I don't know if this was because of, it doesn't seem like it's really that cold out. I mean, I guess it could be, but again, it's hard. I've lived in such extreme before. It's really hard for me to tell once it hits freezing or so. The only thing I could really tell is if it was 10 below in Alaska, because the snow crunched a different sound. But it happens so infrequently here that it's hard to really get a good gauge on it. But obviously it froze the faucet there, either from winds last night or just cold temperature. So I'm going to have to use the no freeze that I have on the house. And I've actually got 2 of these on the house. So as long as my job that I did wrapping the pipe yesterday works, and I've got more than just the holding tank worth of water, and even that still might be enough for doing chores, but it won't be enough for washing dishes and things like that here. So we'll find out. I'm being quiet because my son is laying down just in the next room there, and he just started to go down for his nap. But I want to show you guys what I'm working on right now. This is a continuation of quote-unquote bread series, and one of the ultimate goals that I had is to be able to bake bread with the wheat and the barley that I already buy for my animals, and in a pinch, if I needed to be able to actually make bread out of that. So what I've done here is I've got some wheat. I actually, is about 5 cups of wheat, and I've just flooded this pot with water, and I've skimmed all the chaff and little stems and things like that, the feed, since this is only a feed quality, it's not going to be as clean as like what you would get at the grocery store. But if you wash it off, clean it up a little bit, it's the same stuff that you would buy pretty much at the grocery store. So what we're trying to do is get the stems and the chaff and things like that separated. So I'm actually going to take this and strain this out and let it dry. You don't want to let it just sit too long unless you're going to try to sprout these and do a sprouted grain flour, which I will do in the future, but I'm not going to go there quite yet. I'm going to do this with my wheat, and I'll also in the future I'll be doing a sprouted wheat flour and a sprouted or a malted barley flour as well. And we're just going to experiment, and hopefully you guys want to come along for that. Alright, so what I've done here is I've just taken my proofing cloth and spread it out, and spread all the wheat berries out once they've been rinsed and drained. And I'm going to let this sit here for at least a couple hours, and then I'll check on it. But basically what we're doing is we're stopping the hydration process so it doesn't want to sprout out, and then we also need to dry it up before we grind it into a flour. It's been 5 hours since my last video, and most of the snow here in the courtyard area is gone. There's little bit of snow over there, but even stuff up on the mountains there is starting to melt away, so it just doesn't last very long here. So if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel and click the bell notification down at the bottom so that you're notified when we have new videos released. And as always, thanks for joining us, and God bless.